Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace on our non-Muslim friends, those of the other faith and no faith. And I want to start by thanking our brothers and sisters from the indigenous community, whom I have a lot of respect for, whom I have spoken on their behalf a lot, and whom reminds us about our struggle as Palestinians. We and you are together in the same boat. And I want to thank our brothers from the Irish community. Thank you for being here with us today. This is indeed something that means a lot to us, to see other faith background, other culture communities standing with us to send a very strong and clear message to the whole world that we're here standing for justice. If you ask the children with us today, what is it you're standing here for? They'll tell you simply, we're asking for justice. We're asking for the end of the occupation. We want to see a ceasefire now. We've been hitting the streets for the past 5 months, sending a single message. Only we're saying ceasefire now. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
We're saying we want the end to the occupation. We want the return of the indigenous Palestinians to their own lands and homes. That's what we're asking for. We have the right of return. No one on earth can take it away from us. And we're asking simply to stop collaborating against the civilians in Gaza. On behalf of the orphans of Gaza, on behalf of the widows of Gaza, on behalf of the elders of Gaza, on behalf of the civilians of Gaza, I want to thank every one of you who is here today. Because you're sending a clear message to them that you are not alone. We're in the same trench with you. We're fighting the same battle. And we're saying to those ugly thugs, we're saying to them who take our words and put it out of context and wage a war against us in social media, you'll never be able to win, because our message is very clear. We are standing for justice. And we say to our officials, it does not need much intelligence for you to understand what we want. It does not need much from you to understand after 4-5 months of demonstrations on the streets that all we're asking you is to wake up your conscience, wake up your moral principles, stand up for our principles as Canadians. We have been, as Canadians, peace brokers. You are portraying us. You're portraying your own principles. You're portraying your principles and moral values. Stop it. Go back to your conscience. When you go at the end of the day and have a meal with your friends, when you have a meal with your children, when you take your children to bed, remember that there are children in Gaza don't have that luxury. They're unable to find a shelter that will provide peace and security for them. They are every day going to bed knowing that it is possible that they might not be able to wake up once again. They have been fasting for the past 5 months. They've been breaking their fast on very simple weeds and grass to satisfy their hunger. Shame on you, our officials. Shame on you. These are human beings like us. The only difference between them and us is we're living in Toronto and they're living in Gaza. It does not mean that they should be suffering what they are suffering because of your collaboration, because of what you're doing behind the scenes, because of what you're doing to support the genocide in Gaza. We say to you clearly and loudly, as people of faith or no faith, as people who studied the history and understand, what happened to Pharaoh could possibly happen once again. Because the believers of the children of Israel were exposed to genocide by Pharaoh. Pharaoh was brutal. He was full of his own superpower. He chased the children of Israel with his F-16s, with his F-35s, with his intelligent muscles, with the sophisticated war machines that he brutally used against the civilians of the children of Israel. And the children of Israel did not have the means to stand against him, but the mighty was there for them. We say to our officials, to the leadership, to the international community leadership, wake up to your conscience. Do not fail the mass community all over the world. Because all over the world, the whole community, international community, have been demonstrating and hitting the streets and sending one message: cease fire now! Cease fire now! Cease fire now! End the occupation now! End the occupation now! This is our simple message from you to all of the leadership of the international community. My message to you today: never give up the hope. Resilience is what we believe in, and our resilience is stemming from the power of the people of Gaza, from the mother who have lost her babies and children and stand up and say, حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. Allah is enough for us, and that's it. Let's never give up. Let's continue to hit the streets. Let's continue to do whatever it takes. Let's continue to do whatever it takes to stand for the children of Gaza, for the women of Gaza, for the elders of Gaza, until the occupation ends, until the siege is over, until the children of Gaza are able to eat, until the wounds of the people of Gaza are able to heal. And we will never give up until that happens. People of Gaza, we are with you in the same trench. Put your hearts and minds with me so we can conclude with a prayer for them, because we believe in the power of the prayers. We are fasting, and the month of Ramadan is not about abstaining from food and drink only. It's about raising your conscience and remembering there are those who are struggling all over the globe, and these people needs to be acknowledged, and the way to acknowledge them is by abstaining from food and drink. So let's put our hands together and pray to the mighty God, Allah Azza wa Jal, to alleviate their suffering. Allahumma ya Rabb as-samawati wal-ardi wa Rabb al-arsh al-azim. Allahumma nad'uka bi jalalika ya Rahman ya Rahim. Ya Allah, we ask you to restore justice and peace on earth, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Ya Allah, our brothers and sisters, the children of Gaza, the elders of Gaza, the widows of Gaza, have no means, Ya Allah. They are hungry, Ya Rabb, feed them. They are thirsty, Ya Rabb, quench their thirst. Ya Allah, they are living in insecure environment, Ya Allah. Bring the peace and tranquility unto their hearts, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Ya Allah, we pray to you, supplicate to you, you are the mighty, to give us the chance to stand and visit and pray in al-Masjid al-Aqsa, aminina mutma'innina, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. We ask you to open the hearts and the minds of the international community leadership, Ya Allah. Bring them to their own conscience, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Restore the peace and justice on earth, Ya Arham al-Rahimin. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Wa sallallahu walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And thank you so much.